Nancy Pelosi is retiring. She's 85 years old. She has spent 40 to 50 years of her life in public service. Oh my God. But looky here. This is what I want to bring to your attention. And this was just amazing. Amazing. Gavin Newsom posts on X. Nancy Pelosi has inspired generations. Her courage and conviction to San Francisco, California, and our nation has set the standard for public service. What is happening? He said she set the standard. Good God. If that's the standard, we're all fucked. We're screwed. We are screwed. Set the standard for public service. Her impact on this nation is unmatched. I will agree with that. It is unmatched. And there's a video here of just, it's a 5-minute video, and it's just showing all the wonderful things and innovations and what they've done in California and blah, 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 blah. But keep in mind, her dedication, her conviction to San Francisco has set the standard for all of us. Good God. Oh my God. Oh man. The real problem isn't who spends 4 to 8 years here. The real problems are those who spend 30 to 40 years here. And that is so true. That is just so true. Unbelievable. Look at this, 41 million in 2004. Now she's got 272 million's her net worth in 2024. Now her husband's very successful. They have vineyards. I don't know if that's joint or her or separate. I didn't do a deep dive in Pelosi. But, guys, we all know all these senators are millionaires. How the hell did they become millionaires being in public service, public office? What is happening here? We need to get to the bottom of this. We need to get to the bottom of this. But remember, Gavin Newsom said she has set the standard. Set the standard for public service for the nation and for all of us. Oh my God. She did a great job, huh? Her legacy will be trashed soon enough. If not already, I mean, we already know. This is the year of exposure. Well, we've already known San Francisco has just been a total dumpster fire shit hole. So, Gavin Newsom, this is the standard. This is the standard. I can't play the music for this, but look at this. This is San Francisco, people. Democrats decimating public drug use, decriminalizing public drug use. They decriminalized it. Look at this. Push for safety injection sites. Safety injection sites. What the hell is that? Defund the police. This is all Nancy Pelosi, San Francisco. But yet, this sets the standard. Decriminalizing camping on streets. All these businesses have moved out. If y'all seen images of downtown San Francisco, it's all the buildings. There's no businesses there. This is insane. These addicts live on the street, shoot up, and they die. Look at this. This is the standard, people. This is the standard. It's unbelievable. Vote Democrat. Oh my God. This is tragic. This is tragic. I just found it hilarious that Gavin Newsom would say she set the standard. I'm going to keep saying it. She has set the standard for public service in our great nation. Again, we are screwed if this is the standard. Decriminalize the police. Let illegals just pour into our cities. Give them EBT cards. Give them health care. Give them rooms at a hotel. Give them a cell phone. Give them everything. Let the drugs flow. Let the spigot just pour with illegals and drugs. This is what happens. This is what happens. It's unbelievable. Nancy Pelosi was the most powerful Democrat of the 21st century, and what did she do with all this power? Enriched herself while turning her district into a hellhole. No, she didn't. Why would you say that? Gavin Newsom said she set the standard for all the other cities. What? Scott Warner is going to replace her? This guy says after years of insider trading, which I suspected that. I suspect it from a lot of these people. I suspect it from a lot of them. She will live very comfortably in retirement with her hammer husband. California will continue to suffer with this degenerate when this degenerate takes her seat in Washington. Notice how this degenerate is always next to Gavin Newsom. What is happening here? Of course they're going to replace her with somebody who's just as vile as her, and they're going to be committed to continuing the legacy of her setting the standards for the public. Good Lord, it's just ridiculous. Oh my God, breaking news. We found a rare picture photo of Nancy Pelosi when she was little. Oh my God. Now keep in mind, these are the responses, the replies, the quotes from Gavin Newsom posting how wonderful Nancy Pelosi and the impact her everlasting impact on how she ran San Francisco. Look at the condescending look on her face at Donald Trump. Unbelievable. That might have been in his first term, because she was, I think she was Speaker of the House, for Lord's sake. How the hell did that happen? Well, I had a feeling about this Proposition 50 that just passed. Apparently it was on the ballot, but we all know there's some shenanigans going on with some voting and illegals voting. I mean, they passed a law in California, you don't have to have an ID to go vote, which I find just insane. So we're going to take a look at this, and then there's a video. Both the person who drew the new Prop 50 redistricting maps and the California legislation said the purpose of them drawing the maps the way they did was to increase the power of Latino votes while taking away votes from white and other races. Well, this is what was happening in Alabama or Louisiana. It was either Louisiana or Alabama, and the SCOTUS was hearing the arguments over that because it's racist that they were redistricting to get so they could get more seats in the House. So if they had these black districts, which they would say, well, I think SCOTUS was saying something to the effect of, were they just pockets or were they a big portion of the minorities? And they're like, no, there'd be a portion here, a portion way up here on the top of the state. And then because they wanted to redistrict, they did redistrict. I believe it was Louisiana. They did redistrict. And then the Democrats start screaming foul because they're going to lose seats in the House. So then, lo and behold, here comes California like, oh, we could do that too. Let's do that. But I think it's going, that map distribution, Proposition 50, it's going to probably be overturned. If you want to learn more about it, go check out the Andrew Branca show. He goes over a lot of this, and he can explain it way more than me. But I kind of get a general sense is that this is unconstitutional. That that states could just do it based on race, because it's racist against white people. That's the bottom line. Well, let's take a look at the video here.
We have filed this lawsuit because the map enacted in Proposition 50 for California's congressional districts is unconstitutional. The map is designed to favor one race of California voters over others. This violates the 14th Amendment's guarantee of equal protection under the law and the right under the 15th Amendment to not have one's vote abridged on account of race. When drawing the Proposition 50 map, the chief consultant who drew the map has stated that the first thing that he did was to increase the power of Latino voters. Additionally, the state legislature has announced that the maps increase the power of Latino voters.
As the first Polynesian elected ever to the state legislature, I understand the diversity and the beauty that this state has. And what we have seen with Prop 50, these maps, they are completely diminishing the voices of other groups to benefit other groups.
Wow.
They have weaponized this entire process, and they have lied to the California voters.
So over the next couple weeks, the three-judge panel will hear evidence of whether they're going to enter an injunction to prevent the Prop 50 maps from going into effect. We anticipate that whoever loses that argument will be able to go to the Supreme Court, and we anticipate that that decision will probably need to be made before December 19th.
Yeah.
Candidates can pull papers for signatures in lieu. So over the next 6 weeks, the question will before the courts will be which maps are the voters going to be voting on in 2026.
This is crazy. This is crazy. I don't think SCOTUS has come back with the arguments that they had a couple of weeks ago on the other redistributing maps. Guys, it could be Alabama, but I'm thinking it's Louisiana, but don't hold me to it. You can let me know in the comments which state it was. Regardless, it's the same principle. Is that when they, I guess you would call it ratify the Constitution in like 1965, they added a paragraph. It was just a paragraph. Basically, it was saying that blacks, whites, brown, basically it's saying everyone has a right to vote. That's it. Like, I can go in and vote behind the curtain. A black person can go in and vote behind the curtain. It's not like the blacks or the Latinos or Asian can't vote. If you're an American citizen, unless you're in California, then you can go vote without proof of citizenship or without an ID. But overall, okay, so you can go vote and you get one vote unless you're Democrats and you dead people vote and this kind of stuff. It's like unbelievable. Or letting the illegals vote so they can win. They have to cheat to win. Or they have to attack their opponents to win. So when they did the redistricting, I guess it was just evil genius at the time. Like several years later, somebody figured this out. Somebody figured out about the districting, right? And then they were like, whoa, let's do this. So it gave the Democrats more seats because they redistricted in these minority pockets and then gathered more seats, which in turn was racist to whites. It never says in the Constitution that a black person can't vote. It doesn't say anything about redistribution. Redistricting. So I'm not surprised that when this thing popped up yesterday that it passed, which again, I'm skeptical about their electoral voting, because we all know they cheat. That's just the bottom line. They just cheat. So they have all these illegals voting and stuff like that. So I'm not surprised that they're already filing a lawsuit. Good for them. Good for them. Good for them. Let's pray that they win because it's the right thing to do, because it is racist. Look, all these left-wing judges all across America right now have been throwing lawsuit, sopping suits against Trump for getting people out of Chicago or Portland or California. They don't want the militia to come in and help ICE get these illegals out. They've been bombarded by peaceful protesters. It's been insane. It has just been absolutely insane what the left has done with these left-wing judges who were appointed by Obama and Biden, who are just going through with these. Basically, they're just trying to stall the process because they know they're going to lose. But they're just stalling the process and just holding on as long. The libs are holding on as long as they can to whatever little power they have. Look at Memphis. Memphis wanted them to come in, and they're cleaning it up. DC's cleaning up. Now, they still have some problems in DC. The things don't happen overnight, but it's probably 99% better than it ever was in the past several decades. And we know who's been running these cities. Who's been running these cities? Nancy Pelosi running San Francisco. And look at San Francisco. Nancy Pelosi, San Francisco. Look at this. San Francisco is just a shithole. But, you have Gavin Newsom saying she inspired generations. Her courage and conviction to San Francisco, California, and our nation has set the standard for what public service should be and what it should look like. We are screwed. We are screwed. If this is the standard. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We are screwed. Because, ladies and gentlemen, here's the standard for American cities across America. This is it. Coming soon to a town near you.